This movie will blow your mind. The CEO of Ripple says the SEC case might be over soon. We haven't seen this strong sign in over 5 years. Also, prices are going to skyrocket, which you probably weren't ready for. Some say that a single XRP Ripple coin could be worth $2,000, 0 cents. Pretty cool, right? This movie about XRP might be the most important one ever. Let's start at the beginning. Not bene, though the court battle between Ripple and the SEC is said to be almost over, people who own XRP are very angry that the AOI has not said anything. The case has been a plague on Ripple and the whole crypto world for many years. Since Ripple just dropped its appeal, investors were waiting for official proof from the SEC. Everything seemed to point to the end, but none of them have come. All over X, things are getting worse. There have been a lot of important stories sounding the alarm. Baal said on Twitter said that the SEC would end the Ripple case this week. Jack the Rippler also said that the SEC could end the case at any time, but days have gone by and the planned end is still just that, planned. For people who use XRP, this isn't just about judges and official papers. For years, they didn't know what to do, but now they do. In a post that showed how impatient people were becoming, user Simon Pilot talked to Stuart Alderati, Ripple's top lawyer. It's odd that Ripple's case hasn't been dealt with yet. The case is still being fought, even though they said it would be over. There will probably now be an appeal. What did the SEC promise to do? A lot of people who read his post agreed with him. They were very upset that the case is still not over, even though Ripple took steps to close it. In the news that the SEC had decided to drop its appeal, a lot of people thought this was the end of the long story. But slow government work and bad communication have made the plans and less important to describe what was going on. Mark Fagel, who used to be the regional director of the SEC, said that the last step would have to be okay with the AOE's commissioners, even if the SEC enforcement staff decided not to pursue the case. Most likely, the SEC enforcement staff dropped their case a few days after the court's order on June 26. Then they sent an idea to the commissioners to see if they agreed with it. To make the story more interesting, Fagel wrote that this is a regular process that might take a month or two. A lot of people who believe in XRP still don't like that answer. People say there's no reason to wait and everything should have been done weeks ago. They also say that the behavior around sex is another sign of how disconnected it is from the crypto space. Things get more tense when people send each other mixed messages. As of late, Atkins, the head of the SEC, said, "It's good to see companies using cryptocurrencies like XRP as backup cash. The public only agrees sometimes, but this time it doesn't match up with the AOI's lack of action. People are even less sure about this because it isn't consistent. Now should have been a happy time for a town that has been through years of trouble. It is now turned into yet another a story full of doubt and chaos. Lots of people in the cryptocurrency world, especially those who own XRP, are sick of getting unclear updates and long explanations. The end goal is for there to be clear answers, methods, and people who are responsible. There's a new Ripple. The SEC has the ball now, but until the commission says that the case is over, people will only get more angry. Traders no longer wish to wait. They want you to be honest now, not tomorrow or next month. Also, you might think that the trouble between Ripple and the SEC is over, but the next event could change everything. Crypto experts already have a lot of ideas. Some of them are really scary. The predictions are coming in thick and fast. They range from price hikes to rule changes. You won't want to miss this, I promise. That's why X has a lot of noise. In one of his tweets, Hai said that he was sure that XRP would make someone a millionaire this cycle. It's also not just talk. John Squire says that XRP has recently become popular with big companies like MarketCap, Uber, Shell, and Nike. Some people can't help but notice how fast things are moving, but what's really getting their attention are the crazy, very accurate price guesses on social media. Shibo said in a tweet that they were going to connect all of the world's banks to the XRP record. This would make XRP reach 59ers. It will be worth a lot more than this one day. It costs less than $5, 0 cents right now. Does that sound like it's not possible? The neighborhood is full of people who think that way. right now. That means it's possible. Some people think there's a big deal going on, something more important than how much a token costs. Then there was a Mononx who said even more, saying that overnight everything lost its value. XRP is worth $2,000 0 cents right now. There was no sign or leak at all. There was silence and then a loud bang, revaluation overnight, making money in secret, and changes to global systems that don't get reported in the news. It all sounds like get out of a money mess. Now things get even more interesting. There's more than just noise on the web. Big statements are sometimes made by well-known people in the business. This week on the Good Morning Crypto Show, Jake Claver, CEO of Digital Ascension Group, talked about his plan for XRP to reach $1,500 0 cents to $2,000 0 cents by January 1, 2026. Some people might think the statement is crazy, but he says it's not true. Claver ties his guess to changes in the market as a whole, like the end of the reverse carry trade and changes to the cashback by Tether. That's not all. There are changes in the way institutions work that go even deeper than what the average trader can see. Of course, this guess is based on some really strange math. XRP would have to rise 43,000% from where it is now in order to reach $1,500 0 cents, worth $2,000 0 cents. 57,000% is a lot of money. That would put XRP's market value at 20 trillion, which is really very high and more than the world's M2 money supply. It's bigger than Bitcoin, gold, and maybe even the way the market works now. It's easy to laugh at a number that big. Stock market bubbles have come and gone, and there have been many crypto stories that seem too good to be true. But here's the thing, though some think the prices are too high, it's not a new idea that XRP is important to the world's banks. Through the last few years, Ripple has been working to connect its technology to banks and cross better payment systems. XRP is different from Joe coins and one-time projects because it can be used in real life. This is a very interesting time because XRP is useful. There are a lot of dedicated people there who believe that the law is about to become clear and that the economy is about to change. We said things like the XRP story isn't over yet. These statements could turn small buyers into millionaires if even a few of them come true. But it's not just talk. Nearly everyone doesn't know about the big Ripple deals that are going on behind the scenes. And trust me, if you don't pay attention to this part of the story, you'll miss one of the best signs of this cycle. Likely, XRP will be at the center of the next big change in the way money works around the world. Being able to work together with Wormhole by Ripple was a big step towards making the XRP system a truly open and institution-friendly blockchain network. This move is about more than just getting better tools. This is a smart move that could make XRP more famous around the world. This could cause its price to rise. Having Wormhole, a top cross-chain messaging protocol, breaks down the walls that generally separate blockchains in line with a